Imagine waking up tomorrow and everything you took for granted, safety, comfort, even kindness, was gone. What if life, as we know it, suddenly became brutal? No laws, no empathy, no second chances, just raw survival. Would you adapt, or would you crumble? Stay with me, because the world I'm about to paint is one where the thin veil of civilization rips apart, exposing the savage reality beneath. History already hints at this. In ancient times, life was short, violent, and unforgiving. Imagine walking through a medieval town where plague, famine, or a sword could end you before adulthood. In fact, for most of human history, brutality wasn't the exception. It was the rule. Only in the last few centuries have we built systems of medicine, justice, and technology to soften existence. But what if those systems collapse tomorrow? Let's play this out. Imagine cities stripped of order. No police, no hospitals, no social safety nets. A broken leg isn't an inconvenience. It's a death sentence. Your neighbors aren't friends. They're competitors for food, water, and shelter. Suddenly, trust evaporates and survival demands suspicion. Every knock on the door could mean help or harm. Nature, too, would reclaim its throne. Without electricity, without clean water systems, we'd be thrown back into a primal contest with the elements. Diseases once thought conquered, cholera, smallpox, typhus, would surge back. Winters would freeze the weak. Summers would burn the unprepared. And if that weren't enough, imagine predators, both human and animal, sensing opportunity. In a brutal life, morality becomes a luxury. The strong thrive, the weak vanish. But here's the terrifying twist. This isn't pure fiction. Glimpses of this brutal reality still exist today. In war zones, in failed states, in refugee camps where law breaks down and survival overshadows compassion. The question isn't whether brutality is possible. It's how close it already lurks beneath the surface of our modern lives. Psychologists argue that civilization is only ever 3 missed meals away from chaos. Think about that. Just 3 days of empty supermarkets, 3 days of hunger and fear, and the rules we cling to would shatter. Imagine neighbors fighting over bottled water, friends turning against each other for a loaf of bread. Brutality doesn't ask permission. It erupts when desperation sets in. Now picture yourself in this world. Would you hunt or hide? Would you fight to protect others, or would survival harden you into something unrecognizable? This is the haunting paradox. Brutal life doesn't just test our bodies, it tests our humanity. Strip away comfort, and you uncover who people really are. Technology, ironically, might make things worse. In a brutal future, the internet could become a weapon of deception, with false promises of safety luring people into danger. Weapons, once designed for defense, would escalate violence to terrifying new levels. And yet, for those who can adapt, brutal life might also awaken ancient instincts, resilience, resourcefulness, even primal strength long dulled by comfort. But here's the lingering thought. What if brutality isn't some far-off nightmare? What if it's already creeping in, through rising inequality, fractured trust, climate disasters, and conflict? What if our modern world is just a fragile mask, and beneath it the brutal past is waiting to return? So I'll ask you this. If life suddenly turned brutal, what part of you would rise to the surface? The protector, the predator, or the survivor? Because in the end, the real question isn't what if life becomes brutal. The real question is, are you ready if it does?